Breaking. Young Thug is done, and the rap world is left reeling in disbelief. Just when we thought the ATL legend was untouchable, everything came crashing down in a way nobody saw coming. Fans are shocked, emotions ran high, and the family was left divided after a series of explosive events that have turned the streets upside down. Whispers of betrayal, heated confrontations, and shocking decisions have ignited a firestorm that's threatening to burn down everything Young Thug has built. What really happened behind the scenes? Why is the artist who once ruled the charts now facing what many are calling the end of his career? From secret disputes with longtime collaborators to a personal meltdown that spilled into the public eye, the drama is intense and deeply personal. Friends are turning their backs, fans are left confused and heartbroken, and insiders claim there's no coming back from this. Stick around because we're about to break down every jaw-dropping detail, every whispered rumor, and every fiery confrontation that led to this shocking downfall. This is the story you've been waiting for. Raw, real, and hotter than ever. You don't want to blink, or you'll miss the chaos unfolding right before your eyes. Young Thug's fall from grace started way before the public even caught wind of it. Behind the flashy videos, sold-out shows, and platinum records, there were cracks forming in his inner circle. Sources close to the rapper say tensions had been bubbling for months, but what finally pushed things over the edge was a secret deal that leaked from his own camp. The deal allegedly cut out some of his longtime collaborators and left many feeling betrayed. Fans who thought Thugger was untouchable were blindsided when rumors began swirling about his relationships dissolving faster than his career hits. Emotions ran high, and the family was left divided, as those closest to him chose sides. The first sign of trouble came during an intimate studio session when Thugger's main producer confronted him about missing deadlines and broken promises. According to insiders, the conversation quickly escalated into a heated argument that ended with the producer walking out, leaving Young Thug alone and visibly shaken. He was frustrated, confused, and you could see the anger boiling underneath, a source revealed. This wasn't just about music, it was about trust and loyalty, two things Thugger had always prided himself on, now crumbling in front of his eyes. On top of that, the rapper's longtime manager reportedly clashed with him over business decisions that threatened to jeopardize his brand. The manager wanted to take a more conservative approach to Thugger's career, focusing on sustainable growth while Thugger was eager to push boundaries and take bigger risks. Their disagreements became public when a series of cryptic social media posts hinted at a breakup. Fans watched in disbelief as the duo who once seemed inseparable now traded subtle jabs online, leaving everyone wondering if Young Thug was losing control of his empire. But it wasn't just professional relationships under strain. The drama seeped into Thugger's personal life, causing rifts with family members who had always stood by him. A close family friend leaked that a private family meeting turned explosive after accusations flew about money mismanagement and broken promises. Everyone was yelling, crying. Some even stormed out, the friend said. The family was left divided, with some members publicly defending Thugger, while others questioned his decisions and loyalty. This internal battle only fueled the rumors of Thugger being done for good. Meanwhile, fans who once idolized Young Thug started expressing doubts about his future. Social media was flooded with questions and conflicting opinions. Some believed this was just another rough patch for the rapper who had faced obstacles before, while others feared the worst, that Thugger's best days were behind him. "It's sad to see someone so talented unraveling like this," one fan wrote. The emotional roller coaster continued as more reports surfaced about Thugger pulling away from his music and the people who helped him rise to fame. Just when people thought the drama couldn't get worse, an unexpected twist shocked everyone. A former close friend and collaborator of Thugger's, who had been out of the spotlight for months, suddenly resurfaced with explosive allegations. In an exclusive interview, the friend claimed that Thugger had betrayed him personally and professionally, stealing ideas and cutting him out of lucrative deals. "He wasn't the same person I started with," the friend said, voice trembling. "It felt like I lost a brother." These accusations sent shockwaves through the rap community, deepening the divide and making fans question who was really telling the truth. The fallout from these allegations was immediate. Several artists who once aligned themselves with Young Thug began distancing themselves, refusing to comment publicly, but making their stance clear through social media silence and missed collaborations. Industry insiders described the scene as a Cold War, with alliances shifting and trust evaporating almost overnight. Even some of Thugger's closest friends admitted privately that the situation was messy and heartbreaking, hinting that the rapper's downfall was more than just a career hiccup. It was personal. Amidst all this chaos, Thugger's mental health reportedly took a serious hit. Close sources revealed that the pressure and isolation caused him to retreat from the public eye completely. A family member shared that Thugger had been struggling with anxiety and depression, exacerbated by the constant media scrutiny and the crumbling relationships around him. "He's not the same guy who used to light up every room," the family member said. "There's a darkness now, and it's scary." The emotional toll added another layer of complexity to the already explosive situation. But just as the story seemed headed for a tragic ending, an unexpected event reignited the drama in a way nobody predicted. Thugger was spotted at a high-profile party with a new crew, people completely unknown to his longtime supporters. This sudden change of company raised eyebrows and sparked rumors that Thugger was trying to reinvent himself, but it also made longtime allies question his loyalty even more. "Who are these people?" fans asked. "Is he trying to run from his past or build something new?" The uncertainty only fueled the speculation and added fuel to the fire. At the party, tensions flared when an old associate confronted Thugger about the betrayal and chaos he left behind. Eyewitnesses say the argument was intense, with shouting matches and harsh words exchanged in front of stunned guests. One eyewitness recounted, "You could feel the anger in the room. It was like a powder keg ready to explode." Thugger's response was calm but icy. "I'm done with the past. It's time to move forward or get out the way." The words sent shockwaves through the crowd, signaling that Thugger was either ready to fight back or fully walk away from the game. Just when everyone thought that was the final chapter, more twists emerged. Leaked texts between Thugger and his former manager revealed secret negotiations that hinted at a possible reconciliation. But those talks quickly fell apart amid accusations of lies and bad faith. Fans were left on edge, wondering if Thugger's downfall was reversible or if the damage was too deep to fix. The rapper's camp remained tight-lipped, adding to the mystery and keeping everyone guessing. With every new detail surfacing, the story only grew more tangled. From allegations of financial mismanagement to family betrayals and broken friendships, Young Thug's world was collapsing piece by piece. The pressure cooker of fame, loyalty, and personal demons created a perfect storm that threatened to drown him. And while some still held out hope for a comeback, many believed this was the end of an era for one of rap's most influential figures. As part one of this saga closes, one thing is clear. Young Thug's story is far from over. The fallout from these events will continue to ripple through the music industry and his personal life. The fans who once cheered him on are now divided. The family that once supported him is fractured, and the friends who once stood by his side are questioning everything. Stay tuned as we dive even deeper into the drama, the betrayals, and the shocking revelations that are tearing Young Thug apart from the inside out. The fallout from Young Thug's inner circle meltdown was swift and brutal. As word spread about the heated confrontations and broken bonds, social media exploded with fans and insiders weighing in, creating a frenzy that showed no signs of slowing down. But behind the tweets and comments, the real story was even darker and more complex. The rapper, once seen as a creative genius and trendsetter, was now being painted as a man who had lost his way, consumed by ego, mistrust, and the pressures of fame. Just days after the party showdown, a shocking video surfaced online showing Thugger in a heated argument with one of his closest friends, someone who had been by his side since the early days of his career. The video captured a raw and emotional moment where voices were raised, accusations were thrown like daggers, and years of friendship seemed to unravel in minutes. "You don't even care about us anymore," the friend shouted. Thugger, visibly frustrated, fired back. "I'm trying to survive in this game. If you can't understand that, then maybe you're the problem." The clip went viral, and fans were left heartbroken watching two people who once seemed inseparable tear each other apart. Inside Thugger's camp, the drama only intensified. Sources revealed that the rapper's new crew, the same group he was seen with at the party, was a mix of young, ambitious artists and opportunists looking to capitalize on his falling star. While some of these new associates genuinely wanted to help him rebuild, others were allegedly exploiting the situation, stirring up drama for their own gain. "It's a toxic environment," one insider said. Thugger's caught between loyalty to his past and the promises of this new circle. It's tearing him up inside. This internal battle played out in private meetings filled with shouting matches and broken trust, deepening the chaos. As the story unfolded, the music industry began taking sides. A handful of producers and featured artists who had worked with young Thug in the past started distancing themselves, either refusing to comment or issuing carefully worded statements that seemed to signal a fracture. Rumors of cancelled collaborations and pulled endorsements made waves, signaling that Thugger's influence was waning fast. The industry doesn't like to be associated with controversy, especially when it threatens their bottom line, said a music executive. Unfortunately for Thugger, he's become a liability. Fans were left confused and saddened as one by one, names they trusted disappeared from the conversation. Amid the public fallout, the personal toll on Thugger became even more apparent. Close family members reported that the rapper was shutting people out, isolating himself from those who genuinely cared. He's not the same person, a relative shared. He's defensive, paranoid, and constantly on edge. Attempts to intervene and offer support were met with resistance, pushing people further away. This created a dangerous cycle of loneliness and mistrust, worsening his mental health and fueling the downward spiral. But just as things seemed bleakest, an unexpected development reignited hope among some fans. Thugger's longtime collaborator, known for his iconic beats and production, suddenly appeared at a surprise listening party, showcasing new music with the rapper. The event was intimate but electric, with guests buzzing about the chemistry and fresh sound that seemed to hint at a comeback. Yet, beneath the surface, tension lingered. Backstage, sources said, the two had a private confrontation over creative control and business disagreements. The night ended on a shaky note, leaving many wondering if this reunion was genuine or just another chapter in the ongoing drama. While the music hinted at revival, the outside world was still watching every move. Social media became a battleground, with fans and critics clashing fiercely. Some defended Thugger, praising his resilience and artistic genius, while others condemned his behavior and choices, arguing that he needed to step back and reevaluate his life. Hashtags trended, memes circulated, and fan pages turned into debate forums, reflecting a community divided and searching for answers. Then came a bombshell that took the drama to a new level. Leaked messages between Thugger and his former manager revealed plans for a secret project that could either save or completely destroy his career. The messages showed moments of vulnerability and desperation, but also sharp disagreements and distrust. "I can't do this alone," Thugger admitted in one text. The manager's response was cold. "If you don't trust me, then why should I stay?" The revelation exposed the fragile state of their relationship and hinted at deeper betrayals than anyone had imagined. As this secret project unfolded behind closed doors, another unexpected figure entered the scene, a rival rapper who had long been in a subtle feud with young Thug. Suddenly, the rival began releasing cryptic diss tracks and taking direct shots at Thugger, intensifying the public drama. Fans were shocked to see the usually calm Thugger responding, dropping sharp rebuttals and igniting a lyrical war that captivated the rap community. The back and forth wasn't just about music, it was about pride, respect, and who would come out on top in this high-stakes battle. Amidst all the chaos, Thugger's family drama continued to simmer. A leaked phone call between family members revealed harsh words and deep resentment. Accusations flew about money, loyalty, and betrayal, with some family members accusing Thugger of abandoning them in his pursuit of fame. The conversation was raw and unfiltered, exposing wounds that had been hidden from the public eye. The family was clearly divided, with some standing by Thugger no matter what, and others distancing themselves, unsure if the man they loved was still the same. The emotional weight of these conflicts began to show in Thugger's public appearances. During a recent interview, fans noticed a change in his demeanor. He seemed guarded, defensive, and less charismatic than before. When asked about the rumors and drama, he gave vague answers and quickly changed the subject. "I'm focused on the music," he insisted. But the nervous energy was unmistakable. Fans who once admired his confidence were left wondering if the pressures of the past months had finally taken their toll. As part 2 of this saga draws to a close, it's clear that young Thug is at a crossroads. The battles, both public and private, have exposed vulnerabilities and fractured relationships that could be impossible to mend. The rapper's legacy, once untouchable, now hangs in the balance, caught between redemption and downfall. The question everyone is asking is, will Young Thug rise from the ashes stronger than ever? Or is this really the beginning of the end for one of rap's biggest stars? And just when you think the story can't get any more intense, trust me, the next part will take you deeper into the heart of the chaos. The twists keep coming, the stakes are higher, and the truth behind the headlines might just shock you. Stay tuned. As the dust continued to swirl around Young Thug's increasingly chaotic world, fans and industry insiders alike were left trying to connect the dots in what was quickly becoming one of the most shocking downfalls in hip-hop history. The media couldn't get enough, and neither could the streets. From Atlanta to Los Angeles, whispers turned into full-blown speculation. Was Thugger self-sabotaging, or was he being played by the very people he trusted most? Behind closed doors, things were spiraling fast. Those in his inner circle claimed the rapper had grown increasingly paranoid, second-guessing everyone, keeping conversations short, and even changing his phone number multiple times within the same week. According to a close associate, he don't trust nobody right now. Even the people he used to call family, he think they plotting on him. This ain't the same Thugger, bro. It's like the fame and pressure broke something inside him. These were no. What truly shocked fans was what happened next. In a moment of raw vulnerability, Young Thug went live on social media. No filters, no glamour, just him and his thoughts in a dimly lit room. For 13 minutes, he spoke directly to the camera, venting his pain, confusion, and frustration. "Y'all don't understand what it's like to have everybody around you switch up," he said. "They smile in your face and stab you when you turn around. And the worst part is, it be your own people." The live ended abruptly after he teared up and went silent, leaving viewers stunned and emotional. The comment section flooded with support, prayers and concern, but others remained skeptical, unsure whether it was a genuine cry for help or just a calculated move to sway public opinion. The live stream set the internet on fire. Blogs, media outlets, and social platforms dissected every word, and suddenly everyone had an opinion. Fans debated whether the emotional outburst signaled a man on the verge of redemption or one spiraling deeper into self-destruction. But while the public speculated, real consequences were unfolding behind the scenes. His label, already frustrated with missed deadlines and unpredictable behavior, reportedly held an emergency meeting to discuss his future. A source close to the label revealed, "They love Thugger, but they're running a business. If he can't deliver, they might have to make some serious decisions." At the same time, the tension with his former manager reached a boiling point. Despite previous hopes of a possible reconciliation, new allegations emerged that painted the manager as someone who had not only misled Thugger about financial matters, but also used personal details to manipulate public perception. Screenshots of emails and internal memos were leaked to a gossip site, showing how the manager had possibly orchestrated some of the media backlash against him. "He knew exactly how to spin the narrative," said a whistleblower. "He made Thugger look like the villain while quietly cashing checks behind his back." This betrayal hit the rapper hard. Sources close to him say it was the final straw. "He just shut down," one friend said. "Stopped answering calls. Stopped showing up to sessions. He ain't eating right, ain't sleeping. It's like he's trapped in his own head." And just when people thought they had seen the worst, another bombshell dropped. A leaked voice memo, allegedly recorded during one of Young Thug's private therapy sessions, surfaced online. In it, he spoke about his fear of dying forgotten, his guilt over losing touch with family, and his confusion over who was real and who was using him. The clip was raw, painful, and deeply human. "Sometimes I don't know if they love me or love what I do for them." His voice trembled in the recording. "I wake up and feel like I'm surrounded, but still so alone." The leak sparked outrage, with fans demanding to know who could have violated his privacy in such a deeply personal moment. The betrayal added yet another crack to the fragile state of the rapper's life. While public sympathy began to grow, not everyone was buying the redemption arc. His rival, who had already taken shots through music, escalated things by posting a scathing video mocking Thugger's breakdown and calling him soft. This ignited a new wave of controversy. Fans took sides, hashtags trended, and diss tracks flew back and forth, with one track even including a line implying Thugger's inner circle was full of snakes and snitches. The diss hit hard, not just because of the lyrics, but because it wasn't far from the truth. Back in Atlanta, old friends and day one supporters were now being questioned. Who was leaking all this private info? Who was profiting off the collapse of Young Thug's reputation? Suspicion turned into tension, and tension turned into full-blown confrontations. Two former collaborators reportedly got into a fight at a local studio after one accused the other of selling Thugger out for clout. It was getting ugly, and the violence was starting to creep off the internet and into real life. Amid all this madness, a surprise supporter emerged, Thugger's estranged father. In a rare public statement, the elder appeared in a local radio interview and called for peace. "My son is hurting," he said. "He may have made mistakes, but he don't deserve to be torn down like this. He gave his life to this music. He fed a lot of mouths, and now, when he's down, where's that same love?" The statement struck a nerve with fans, many of whom had no idea about the father-son relationship. The emotional interview went viral and added a new layer to Thugger's unraveling story. A reminder that beneath the celebrity was a son, a friend, a human being. But peace was still out of reach. More drama erupted when one of Young Thug's old crew members dropped a tell-all interview, spilling behind-the-scenes dirt and hinting that the rapper's downfall wasn't just because of bad luck, it was karma. "He cut off too many real ones," the crew member said. "You can't play God and expect to walk away clean." This interview turned the internet upside down, with some fans accusing the crew member of being bitter and clout-chasing, while others admitted they had long suspected Thugger's inner circle wasn't as solid as it appeared. And in the middle of all this chaos, Thugger did something no one expected. He disappeared. No posts, no sightings, no communication. For almost a full week, there was complete radio silence. Fans feared the worst. Theories ranged from him checking into rehab to being holed up in a studio, cooking up the most emotional project of his life. Others worried he had completely given up. The silence was deafening, and the uncertainty only added to the emotional weight of everything. Then, suddenly, he reappeared, and what he had to say next shocked everyone. After nearly a week of total silence, Young Thug resurfaced, and not with a tweet, not with a photo, not even with music. Instead, he dropped a cryptic video that sent shockwaves through the internet and had fans, bloggers, and insiders scrambling for answers. The video, posted without a caption, was less than 2 minutes long and showed Thugger walking alone through a dark hallway, dressed in all black, his face half-shadowed, his expression unreadable. No music, no words, just the haunting echo of his footsteps and the sound of distant thunder. It was eerie, powerful, and completely unexpected. The internet exploded. Within minutes, the video racked up millions of views and lit every platform on fire. Theories ranged from it being the teaser to a new album, to a visual metaphor for his emotional state, to something darker. Was this Thugger's goodbye? Was he signaling the end? Even celebrities weighed in. One major artist commented, "Whatever this means, I hope bro is okay far." Another wrote, "The silence louder than words." But behind the scenes, Thugger wasn't just making art. He was making decisions, big ones. According to multiple close sources, during his week of isolation, he cut off nearly every remaining member of his inner circle. Phones were blocked, deals were paused, meetings cancelled. One insider claimed he's rebuilding from scratch. Everyone who was around before, gone. If you played any part in the mess, even a small one, you're out. The move shocked everyone, even some who believed they were untouchable in Thugger's life. It wasn't just a metaphorical purge, it was a financial one too. Reports surfaced that Thugger had frozen multiple accounts tied to old business partners and initiated a full audit of his finances. His team, now made up of almost entirely new faces, was reportedly instructed to find every leak, every lie, every dollar missing. This move sparked even more backlash from former associates, some of whom began airing their dirty laundry online, hoping to beat him to the punch before the truth surfaced. And then came the sit-down interview. Yes, after months of drama, silence, and confusion, Young Thug agreed to speak, on camera, with a media outlet known for keeping it raw and unfiltered. Fans didn't know what to expect. Would he cry? Would he confess? Would he lash out? What followed was one of the most emotional, revealing, and unforgettable moments in recent music history. Thugger appeared somber, but calm. He addressed everything: the betrayals, the leaks, the family drama, even the diss tracks. "I ain't perfect," he said, voice low. "I let some people in my life that didn't belong there. I ignored red flags. I thought loyalty meant forever, but forever don't mean nothing when folks ain't real." The host pressed him about specific people, but Thugger refused to name names. "If I start saying who did what, it's gon' be war. I'm just trying to heal now." When asked about the music, he confirmed what fans had hoped for. A new project was on the way, but it wouldn't be like anything he'd done before. "This ain't for the club, it ain't for the radio. This is for the people who ever felt lost, betrayed, or alone. I put my whole heart in this." Fans went wild, finally seeing a glimpse of the artist they once idolized, the creative genius who turned pain into poetry. But just when it seemed like Thugger was reclaiming his story, a shocking twist threatened to undo everything. An anonymous source leaked legal documents suggesting that a former team member, one who Thugger had trusted with his most personal business, was preparing to sue him for breach of contract and emotional damages. The allegations were explosive. Buried in the paperwork were claims that Thugger had created a hostile environment, manipulated people close to him, and made decisions that cost others hundreds of thousands of dollars. The legal team behind the suit claimed to have receipts, emails, recordings, and signed agreements that could drag Thugger into another public scandal, just as he was trying to rebuild. Fans were stunned. After months of watching their favorite artist get dragged through the mud, the idea that someone might try to take him down legally felt like too much. Some defended him blindly. Others admitted the smoke was becoming hard to ignore. "I want to believe him," one fan tweeted. But at this point, it's drama after drama. When does it end? The emotional weight of the lawsuit, combined with the fragile state Thugger had already been in, sparked real concern. One friend close to the rapper said, "He's trying to hold it together, but this could be the one that breaks him." And once again, the question arose. Was this truly the end for young Thug? Or was this just the final test before the ultimate comeback? With tensions higher than ever, and the rap world watching closely, Thugger made one last move. A surprise pop-up show in Atlanta. No promo, no guest list, no warning, just a tweet that read, "Come see me, one night, one mic, all truth." Fans flocked to the secret location, and what unfolded was more than a concert. It was a confessional. Thugger performed stripped-down versions of his most emotional tracks, shared personal stories between songs, and even brought his father on stage for a tearful embrace that brought the crowd to silence. "I almost gave up," he admitted to the crowd. "But something told me, nah, not yet." The moment was raw, real, and powerful. It didn't fix everything. It didn't erase the lawsuits, the betrayals, or the pain. But it reminded people why they fell in love with young Thug in the first place. As the dust settles on one of the most emotionally charged and chaotic chapters in hip-hop history, one thing is clear: young Thug's story isn't over, but it may never be the same. After months of public breakdowns, private betrayals, family fractures, and industry shakeups, the rapper has emerged from the wreckage bruised but breathing. The raw pain, the leaked tapes, the tearful live streams, the shocking lawsuits, each moment chipped away at the image fans thought they knew. But somehow, through it all, Thugger stood tall on that Atlanta stage, mic in hand, heart on display, and proved he's still here, still fighting, still evolving, but questions still linger. Will the lawsuit gain traction and drag Thugger into another storm? Will the people he cut off stay silent? Or will they come back swinging? Is the new music enough to bring back the fans who walked away? Or is this just the calm before another storm? Fans are divided. Some say redemption is around the corner. Others think the damage is too deep. And those whispers about who really betrayed who, they haven't gone quiet. If anything, they're getting louder. Now we want to hear from you. Is young Thug done for real? Or is this just the beginning of his second act? Do you think he can rebuild what he lost? Or is he better off starting fresh? Drop your thoughts in the comments, because this is one story everybody's got an opinion on. And don't forget to like the video if you were gripped by the drama. Subscribe if you want more real talk like this, and hit that bell so you don't miss the next twist. Because trust us, the streets are talking and we're always listening. This ain't the end, it's just the next episode. Stay tuned.